Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Tips and Tricks Tuesday and we're talking sunsets. So I've colored several different types of sunsets in my coloring experiences. There's a difference between a sunset and a sunrise. And as you can see in this picture, it is a sunset. The sun is coming down and going in behind the horizon. Now, sunrises will look the same depending upon how you color them. So because this is a sunset, I started up here with the black sky and came down into the blue sky into the sunset colors. The reason for that is the sun is going down, and if you look at the horizon or the sunset when your sun is at least halfway down, you'll notice that the night sky starts to show through. Hold on one second, I've got a bit of a tickle in my throat. So with that night sky starting to show through above the sunset, that will determine when you color something whether it's a sunset or a sunrise. So for example, this one here is a sunset. I've got the dark sky above. This one here is a sunrise. So the sun is still in the same position in the two pictures. However, this one here above the sunrise, we've got the dark down here at the horizon line, and then above it we've got the blue sky. So it's pushing that night sky up and away. This one here is pulling that night sky down. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. So the difference between them, of course, is you're going to start with a darker sky or end with a darker sky depending upon which direction you go. I usually go from here up because I always usually tend to start in the center of a page. So if you're going from here up, you'll end with your darker sky. If you're going to do a sunrise, you're going to start down here and work your way up and end up with a lighter sky. All depends upon where your sun is sitting. Both are sitting at about halfway, but it's giving that interpretation that the night sky is being pushed down because I've darkened this area down here and lightened this area up here. Because I've lightened this area down here and darkened that area up there. That's how I do the difference between the two. And it seems to work for me. So we're going to color a sunset today on Forest Girls coloring book. Now this page is from the Forest Girls coloring book, and in the book itself it shows it as a sunset. So we're going to actually just color the window area here and do the sunset so that you can see the different or see how it's done. I'm going to use Prismacolor pencils. Now I don't use Prismas a whole lot, so this should be interesting. I drew in the sun because in the actual picture the sun is not there. So I have taken my circle thingy and I've drawn in that sun. Now the circle ends underneath the mountains there as well as into the window frame. So I've just drawn the bit of the sun that you're going to be able to see, the edge of the sun that you'll be able to see. That's the words I'm looking for. So we're going to start with the sun, of course, and we're going to start with Sunburst Yellow PC 917. And I'm just going to do a light layer. I'm going to switch over to the close-up camera. That might help. And I'm just going to do a light layer of this yellow. And then we're going to do this one here, which is 1002, which is yellowed orange. And I'm just going to go a light layer over top of that underlayer, over top of the yellow, and I'm going to bring it in to almost the center. The center is going to be the lightest of the colors. So I'm just going to bring it almost into the center and make sure that I get the edges here that are going down behind the mountain. Now remember, your center is close to about here. This part down here is an edge. That's about the center. And then we're going to take another color, which is vermilion, which is 921. And we're just going to come on top of that again. And we're going to come approximately halfway into that orange color with the darker orange color. And of course we're going to do this area down here because that area is behind the mountain. Just remember where your object is and what is in front of it, because the window is in front of it, so we're going to be blocked by that window frame, as well as the mountain. The mountain is in front of it, so we're going to be blocked by the mountain. Now we're going to be spreading that color onto the mountains and onto the windows, but at this point we're not going to do that yet. Right now we're just looking at how to color the sunset itself. How to color the sunset sky. Okay, so now I'm using 122, which is permanent red, and we're going right out to the edge of that drawn in area with the red. I'm just going to feather it in to that orange a little bit. Then we're going to go down here with it. Then we're going to take that orange again and just feather in to that red so that we don't have a hard line. And the next color as well. Just moving that color into the center. Just making sure that we don't have any hard lines. Alright, and then we're going to take our yellow and add it just to the center area, feathering it into those other colors. Creating our sun. Okay, so that's the sun. my dust brush here. Oh, now we've got to do the horizon line. So we're going to start with our yellow. And I've got to turn you here because that's just the way my hand goes. And we're going to put in yellow throughout the edge of the mountains here. Now I'm doing it a little bit harder closer to the mountains and then lightening my hand as I move up so that I can blend into it. Sorry about the buzzing. Somebody has decided to phone me. It's probably James again wondering if I need life insurance. At least they're not calling me about my car's warranty anymore for a car I don't own. That was what they used to do. They used to call me about my car's warranty for a car I don't own. Okay, so we started off with the sunburst yellow, which is 917. Oh, now they're just being a pain. Hold on one moment. I'm gonna mute you. I'll be right back. Gotta love that. Call my cell phone, I don't answer it. So they call my house phone. I answer it and they don't talk. It's like, what's the point? So now I'm going in. I started off with the sunburst yellow, which is 917. Now I'm going in it with 1002. And I'm just going down into that yellow a little bit and then into the back side of the sun there a little bit. Feathering it out just a touch, keeping the bottom part a little darker and feathering it up a little bit to put that orange in. Basically what the feathering does is it gives you a blend point so that you can blend it without getting a blend line. Now I have printed this image so it is on 67-pound Nina cardstock, but you can use this technique in pretty much any sunrise you want to do, any paper you want to use. It should work fairly well. Now I know with Prismas you can definitely just throw down the color and blend it together on its own. And yes, you can definitely do that. I know several people that color with Prismas quite heavy-handed. I'm not used to Prismas. I used to be quite heavy-handed, and then I started using polys. Now we're going to go in with the orange. So this one is vermilion, which is 921. Sorry guys, I keep on forgetting to tell you the colors. And I'm using a fairly light hand just to lay it down so I can see where it's going to go. I'm trying not to get it too high above that sun line. And then I'm going to go through and I'll put the darker area down, combining into that orange with the red-orange color, or combining into that yellow with the red-orange color. There I go. Because the other one is just a really dark yellow. It's a orangey yellow. It's a golden yellow. Yeah, that's it. And we're just going to bring that up a little bit so that we have something to combine into with the red. Alright. And then we're going to take our red and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring it up and combine it with the other color. Try to transition it past your windowsill, window frame there at the same levels that you want to be at. And then we're going to go in a little deeper down here at the bottom, transitioning it into that orange a little bit. Take the orange and just combine them together a little bit there. I want to bring the orange up a little bit on that side. So I'll leave that bottom part and I'll add the orange to it. Try to make sure that you leave a transition line, especially since this red is needing to be pressed on a little bit harder. And then we're going to go into it with the orange and spread it out a bit. Now you can of course use your blender pencil and spread it and combine it. If that's what you choose to do, you don't have to do it with the pencils. I just find it's easier to do it with the pencils. But if you find that using a blender pencil works better for you, of course use a blender pencil. We're going to come into that with the yellow, the dark yellow. Combine them all together here. And then we're going to go with our sun yellow and down here at the bottom and combine those as well. Now if you want to, you can use this light yellow, the sun yellow, the lightest color, to combine everything all together. I don't want to do that because I don't want to yellow that red. Alright, so now we're going to do our sky transition. So we're going to use a light blue into this red, making it a light purple. And if you don't get enough of a purple color, you can definitely use a purple or just add more red. But because I want to transition it between the red the blue and the black, I'm using the blue, and I'll just blend it to make that color. Okay, so then we're going to take our red and we're just going to combine that with light layers, making that purple. Alright. Now just to give it a little bit more of that blue down here in the bottom, we'll just add a little bit of blue so that we can make that purple a little bit more prominent. And it's not blending the way I want it to. That's alright. We'll move on from that because it's not blending the way I want it to, so I might actually have to grab a purple. So I need, I think this one here. What's this one? Dioxide purple hue. So we'll just use this and instead. To combine them. And then we'll use the blue to spread it around. There we go, that's better. And the red down here. Sometimes you just gotta use a blender. Let's grab that. Because I'm making a mess. Bring those colors together in that area. I'll be able to fix it after. And we're going to add some red down here. And then we'll go put some blue up here. Dragging that purple out. And then we'll blend them together. Like I said, I prefer to use a lighter color, but if it's not going to work, then fine, I'll use a blender pencil. I have no shame. No shame in using a blender pencil. And then we'll go down with this one and bring it up. There as well. There we go. And then the next layer that we're going to use is a little bit more of a brighter blue. We're just going to do this one fairly light. Because it's where the daytime sky and that nighttime sky are going to combine. So I'm just going to do a little bit deeper down here. And we're going to bring that above the windowsill here, the window frame. Just really light in this area. And we've still got that light blue down there, so it's going to show a little bit lighter on the horizon line there, or on the combination line there. Same here. That light blue is going to show it lighter down at the bottom, which is what we want. And then we're going to take our, so that one was number 1040, which is electric blue. And then we're going to take Mediterranean blue 1022. And we're going to go into this area here with a light coat. Getting darker down here where we're going to combine. And then we're going to go up here. A little bit heavier, letting that light show through. Now I'm going to go heavier down here at the window frame area. And then we're going to lighten up as we go up. Because we're going to add another color. And you just keep adding these colors until you reach the night sky. And once we get a little higher up, we will be using the blues again. Now I need, where is it? I think it's this one. Nope. I had them all lined up and then I moved things around. Now we're going to use a slate gray into that blue. It's getting a little bit darker into that blue at the bottom. And then we're going to use Cool Gray 50, which is 1063. The slate gray is 936. And go a little bit stiffer. The bottom area here. And I'm going to use the slate gray to blend those together. It's going back and forth between the two grays, blending them together. I'm going to expand that out. Same with this side here. And go a little bit darker with that slate gray. Expand it out. And then we're going to use Cool Gray 70. And we're going to come down into that Cool Gray 50 and expand it out. Now is where it starts getting tricky. And it's not really tricky, it's interesting. Because blacks just aren't black. You have to have a bunch of different colors to make it a good black. So come down in here. I forgot to do the lighter gray in there, a little bit deeper. So I'm just going to blend those all together. Get those grays all blended. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this blue, we're going to take the Meridian blue, and we're just going to color in to the gray here a little bit. We're actually just going to blanket everything with the blue. And then we're going to take the purple, do the same thing. Try not to get over the windows, but you know, if you do, just erase it. And this is PC 132. And I'm just using very, very light pressure, putting down a light layer. And you can smush these colors together if you want to, but it's not going to do a whole lot of assistance. I don't want that one, I want this one. And then we're going to take number 90 cold gray, which is 1067. And we're going to come up through through the window here. Feathering it down into that other gray so that we don't get a hard line. And go down here. There we go. Now we're going to take that purple again. We're going to go into it with the purple one more time. It's going to make the purple a little bit darker up here, a little bit more consistent. Alright, and then we're going to take that gray again. We're going to make sure that we get up to the window's edge there. We're just going to go a little bit heavier handed. Up at the top, darkening it up. And then up here. I'm going to turn the page just so I can get to the edges here. So remember, if you're drawing a line, to drag it down into the color so it doesn't look like it's a hard line, or up into the color so it doesn't look like a hard line. Now I'm going all the way up with this cool gray 90. Excuse me. Frog in my throat. Once again, I'm just going right over top of the purple with a light layer, and I'll be coming back through with another layer of the purple in here. Making sure that everything is all cohesive. And a light layer of the blue. Just blending that all together. And we'll dust that off. We'll take the blender, move it around. Just so it looks like a gradual movement up into darkness. We're going to start down here at the bottom and move it up. blend down there because I don't want to contaminate that yellow too much with the orange and the red. Then up into the blue. Purple areas, same within here. So blend those in. Now the top isn't done yet. We still have those top frames to do, and we will be doing those here in just a second. Now this is the frame that was giving me troubles, so it's just not liking to blend. Don't know why that one spot has decided, nope, I'm not blending. Because the rest of it's blending just fine. Alright, so now we're reaching the top area here. And I'm going to turn the page, and I'm going in with the black, which is PC 935. And I'm just going to turn it completely upside down. I know it's probably disorientating, but because it's such a small area, I want to get into all of the proper areas. Now I'm not using a whole lot of pressure, but I'm still using about a medium hand on it. And I want to get up under here as well. Then we'll go over this one. Just trying to get into those areas that I may have missed. Make sure that they're all standing out a bit. My black is short. So as you can see, I'm not being overly harsh with it. Just putting in enough black to make it dark. Then we're going to take our purple again. We're going to go over the black with the purple. Dust it off, and then we're going to go over the purple with the black one last time. This time I'm going to put a good medium to hard pressure on it just to blend that black into the purple and make it a really dark sky, because this is where we're going to put the stars. So once again on this side, going over it with the purple, putting a medium pressure on the purple, getting a fairly good coverage. And then again with the black, and this time I'm using a medium to hard. And blending that black into the purple. All right. I really need to check my spare set and see if I have another black, because this one's getting kind of short. I'll put it in the pencil extender, but I think I used up the other black too, because the Prisma black is really nice. It is one of the few sets that have a really good dark black color. A lot of other ones are not as black, if that makes sense. Alright, now we're going to take our blender, make sure that we get that all sealed in, so that when we add the stars we don't have any lifting. Okay, I'm going to turn it again, because I want to get into these crevices here. And blend it all together. And there we have it. Now I'm going to take the black and I'm just going to go around the edge of the sun here. So you can actually see where it is. Now I'll just fill that in. There we go. And there we have our sunset. So we've got our night sky coming down with the sun. So it goes from night sky to day sky to the sky that the sun is, all the colors of the sun are stretching across the horizon. So hopefully that was helpful. Next Tuesday what we'll do is we will continue with the sunset, the sunset, and we will color the outdoors area with the colors from the sunset as well as the window frame, and then pouring some of that setting sun into the room. Gradually, that's what we're going to be doing with this picture. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Of course, leave me a comment of what you would like to see, and I will do my best to get that out for you and help you out with that. Just going to go through this here with a little bit of that white, just to get that center of the sun a little bit brighter. There we go. That's a little better. But so we will be using Prismas on this picture, and like I said, leave me a comment. Let me know what you want to see, what you want me to work on, that sort of thing. We do have a hug video coming up as well. I'm not going to do it at the same time here because it's going to take a little bit of time, and I don't want to have one video last 2 hours. So, so what we've done with our sunset is we've worked from our light to our dark, starting with the sun colors with our orange or light our sun yellow into our medium yellow, into our orange, into our red, into our purples, and then the blues, and then into our grays, and then into our black. So I hope that is helpful. You don't have to do it exactly this way. You don't have to use the purples. You don't even have to use the blacks. You can do the entire sky with the reds, yellows, oranges, and do the sun completely taking up the entire sky as it goes down. With this picture, in the book itself, the entire sky is the reds, the oranges, and the yellows. Um, I like the look of the gradual progression of the sun sinking below. So you don't have to do it this way with the dark areas above or that sort of thing. You can just take these four colors, the yellows, the orange, and the reds, and some whites or whatever, and just use these four colors themselves and do the entire thing. I'm going to switch you on over to the full camera here so you can get a better look of what I'm talking about. So, like I said, this area here from here up can still run your entire reds, yellows, and oranges. You know, you can do a band of yellow, a band of, and have the entire skyline in these colors without a problem. I personally like to do it this way because then I can sprinkle the stars coming down into the horizon. But yeah, so that is what we are doing right now. We're going to work on sunsets and then we will work on sunrises, because I have had a request for both, so I will work on those. If you do have any suggestions for Tips and Tricks Tuesday, I would definitely love to hear them. Please leave the comment in the comment section below the video, and if it's something that I haven't already done on Tips and Tricks Tuesday, if it is something I have done, I will direct you to the video that I did it in. If it's something I haven't done, um, I will definitely put it on the schedule of something to do. I hope that made sense. Brain is working overtime here. Um, all right, guys. Of course, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to support any of us wonderful YouTube colorists. Is, hit the subscribe button. Another way to, of course, assist the channel, if you would like to assist the channel in a monetized way, you can definitely join the ranks of my fantasy brigade. I have three different levels. We have the unicorns, mermaids, and fairies. And of course, each level has different perks available to them. And of course, there's always new perks, or special perks, different things that I throw in for the entire membership group throughout the month. Other than that, there's not a whole lot more I can say. One of the things I am going to beg and plead is my husband is doing a contest on Facebook, and I will leave the link in the description below. If you can please click on the link and hit the like button on his Bob Ross figurine, I would be greatly appreciative. He needs about 150 more people to hit that like button to get him up to um, at least having a chance. So please, 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 um, in the description below, make sure that you hit the link and go and hit that like button under his Bob Ross. It's a 3D printed Bob Ross and his painting that is done here in my house by my husband. So please, 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 please do that for me. I would really appreciate it. And he would be extremely appreciative as well. All right, guys, until next time, thank you so much for watching. And of course, please do stay tuned for the hug of the day. I am a day behind, so this is actually yesterday's hug. So I will be doing the uh, elves in the boot. So it's the shoemaker's elves. Now, I did say that I was going to try to get this done yesterday. Unfortunately, we had a bunch of things happen yesterday that you guys don't want to hear about, and ended up losing half of the day. So things happen, and as a mom, things happen all the time. So it's normal. So I will get to that today. I probably will just end up being a day behind. The 30th will probably get done on the 1st, but that's okay. I had a great time over the weekend and I didn't worry about it. And that's all right. So, other than that, guys, my of course, the final thing and the most important thing of all is please remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Until next time, bye bye for now.